Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode of Cycling Insider, I want to talk about the new Giant bike collection for 2019. Because yes, it's again this time of the year where many bike manufacturers are presenting their new bikes for 2019 season. But before we start, I want to say a long time ago, when I was kind of dreaming about the ideal road bike, I had kind of few key points and few requirements that developed through the years. So first of all, everything started with the introduction of carbon fiber, and then I dreamed of carbon fiber road bikes, including of course the frame, the fork, and the seat post. Of course, then those bikes started appearing on the scene, and the next big thing was the introduction of hydraulic disc brakes on mountain bikes, and then I also added hydraulic disc brakes onto the ideal road bike. Then later on, as the shifting performance developed, manufacturers started introducing electronic shifting. Shimano, SRAM, and now also Campagnolo. So then I thought, okay, the ideal road bike should also include the electronic shifting. And finally, when the manufacturers started introducing the power meters and people started training with power meters, I thought, okay, so the ideal road bike should also include the power meter. And now, when I look at the new collection of Giant bikes for 2019, I'm really delighted to see that after many years, technology has finally been adopted to the road bikes, and finally Giant is one of the first ones, maybe even the first one, to introduce all these things in a one package. So Giant bikes for 2019 offer the carbon fiber frames and forks, carbon fiber wheels, hydraulic disc brakes, electronic shifting, and also dual-sided power meter, which is super impressive, and I'm really looking forward to see these new bikes live and for people to test them and give more reviews and opinions about these bikes. So enough of the kind of history and a bit of stories, so let's kick off with the 2019 model of Giant, which is their TCR Advanced Pro Zero model, which is again the Giant's bread and butter of Giant bikes. So this is their proper racing pro-focused bike, the lightest they offer, their TCR series, and this is basically the bike that Giant riders have used on many occasions to win numerous Grand Tour stages and even Grand Tours. So let's dive into the specifications of these bikes and let's check out the price. So first of all, I'm looking at this price on the UK website of Giant, and since it's a new model for 2019, of course the price is steep, and the current price is £4,499 British pounds. Honestly, I think it's a eye-watering price, and I hope that in few months time you could kind of negotiate with your local bike shops and dealers the price which will be closer to 4K, because then I believe this bike is a total bargain. With this price, it's a bit of steep price in my opinion. So let's see what this bike offers. First of all, if I check on the Giant website, if I zoom in the bike, it has this very nice light blue kind of metallic color with a bit of black, and it's a kind of classic blue-black combination. And also the Giant decals on the down tube are, I think it's kind of silver gray color. So it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I think the color, when you see it live, is going to be even more impressive. Considering the specification of this bike, the Giant says the following. So the color, they call it the gloss metallic blue with gloss black and chrome, which is pretty kind of precise description. Moving on to the frame of the bike, we have a advanced grade carbon composite, and also the fork is the advanced grade carbon composite. So this is a full package of carbon fiber fork and the frame. Handlebars and stem are from Giant's own Contact brand, their Contact SL. I can't say if this is a carbon fiber handlebar and stem. I'm not so sure. It doesn't say here on the specs on the Giant website. Seat post is the Giant's composite seat post, which is always a beautiful touch on a proper racing bike, because this is a stiff bike. This is a climbing bike, not like the Giant Defy, which is more oriented to the comfort of the ride. This is a proper full attack road race bike. So composite seat post is a nice touch because it will definitely soak up a lot of road bumps. Moving on to the shifters and the derailleurs. So it's from the Shimano Ultegra group set, and this is the Shimano electronic group set, the Shimano electronic Di2 group set, which is absolutely brilliant in every sense of the word. And we also have the brakes, which are from Shimano Ultegra family, and here we have the Shimano Ultegra hydraulic brakes. I'm not sure what's the size of the rotors, but from my previous video of Giant Defy for 2019, these hydraulic disc brakes came with 140mm rotors, so I believe the same rotors are applied here, and honestly I wish Giant included 160mm rotors. Moving on to the cassette of the bike, it's again Shimano Ultegra family, 1130 cassette, very nice cassette for climbing, so you won't have any problems in climbing really steep hills. And the chain comes from KMC 11-speed chain. KMC is a brilliant brand in making chains. There is no complaint about KMC chains. Crankset on this bike is from Shimano Ultegra, and the key point is that Giant included the two-sided power meter. So this crankset is 3652 with a dual-sided power meter. So inclusion of this dual-sided power meter is a very, very interesting thing. Giant is maybe the second bike brand, or let's say top 3 bike brands which included their own in-house power meters. And it's going to be interesting to see the precision of these power meters in real life compared to the established models like SRM, for example. And let's see the reviews of people when they start using them. I hope everything is going to be fine, because this inclusion of dual-sided power meters is super exciting for me. And then we move to the rims and the hubs. Rims come from Giant's SLR family. It's their disc wheel system, 42mm deep on the front and back, and these are the composite wheels from Giant, which is super impressive on this bike and on this price range. And also the hubs are the Giant's basically SLR, as I said, an SLR wheel set with the Giant hubs, and it's a 12mm through axles front and back, so a lot of stiffness there. Tires are Giant's Gavia tires, 25mm wide. Since, as I said, this is a proper full race-on road bike, the lightest range that Giant produces, it was kind of expected to have 25mm tires. It would be nice that Giant gives an option maybe of the wider tires, but this is kind of a personal preference. And also Giant includes their RideSense Bluetooth sensor on this bike, and as far as I know, their dual-sided power meter is going to be compatible with with the ANT Plus with the ANT Plus technology, so you won't have any problems with pairing these power meters with any of your onboard computers. The weight of the bike is not given here, but Giant usually doesn't give the bike weights, so it's kind of not a surprise that they didn't give it for 2019. But I believe it's going to be on the light side, because as I say, the TCR range is the Giant's bread and butter when it comes to the lightweight racing climbing bikes. So all in all, if I look at this new offering from Giant, it's a very, very attractive offering for 2019. So full carbon fiber frame and fork with hydraulic disc brakes from Shimano Ultegra, with electronic shifting from Shimano Ultegra 11 speed, also carbon fiber seat post, and the wheel set carbon fiber from Giant, and also the cherry on the top is the dual-sided power meter. So the total price of 4,499 British pounds is steep for now, but I believe that with time the price will surely drop to maybe even below 4,000 pounds, and then this bike, TCR Advanced Pro Zero, is an absolute steal for the money. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing, and if you do, please do subscribe. I will be making more of these buyer's guide videos about the bikes that I truly believe are a very good value for money. And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!